Hello, sixth graders. Welcome to your 3D puzzle project. And this is the last 5 days of the semester for GTT. And so for day number one, you're just going to focus on learning that background vocabulary and finding definitions for them. So when you find the vocabulary terms, don't just copy and paste from what you see online. Use your own words. And then after that, you're going to answer the essential question and daily summary. And the essential question as we go through this is, how can expanding your vocabulary make you smarter? So we'll look at your design notebook. It has a little bit different layout than what your previous design notebooks were. So we'll look at that together here real quick. So the top of it is the same that you can see for the 5-day project. It's all laid out for you what we're going to do each day. So for day number one right now, let's just quickly review the design notebook, and then after that your assignment is to complete vocabulary terms. So looking at what's a little bit different is normally before we had the daily goals and essential questions at the top all by itself. This time we included it within each day's work. So you'll see it says start day number one, which is what we're on right now. And under day number one, you should write in your goal. What do you want to accomplish today? And so I'm going to write my goal. Today I would like to define all of the vocabulary words. And then after that is your essential question. And so as you go through each block, each day of class, you should come back to this and give an answer at the end of class once you're done with it. So for today, it's how can expanding your vocabulary make you smarter? Make sure you type in an answer here at the end of class. And for the main activity now, we are at vocabulary. And so I believe there are 6 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. And look them up. Even if you think you know what it is just by memory, look up the definition and then put it in your own words. So for the first one here, we've already put a link in here for you. It says process. And so we have to look up what that definition is. So when you click on this link right here, for the first one, it just do a little fill in the blank. So a series of blank or steps completed in order to what? Well, let's see. Process is series of actions or operations to reach an end. So I'm going to say for my answer here, it's a series of actions or steps completed in order to achieve an end goal. That's my definition of process. Now, you need to make sure it makes sense to you, and that when we ask you what those vocab words mean, that you know what they actually mean. So for the next one, constraint. And for the rest of these vocabulary words, take time to look them up. And so if you look up constraint, we don't want to have a definition that has the base word in there. So if our word is constraint, I'm not going to say the act of constraining. That doesn't tell me what the word means. And so feel free to look at different meanings. Feel free to look at different websites. And so I know a lot of students tend to go to Google, and then from there you could type in again, definition of constraint. And so here it tells you it's a limitation or a restriction. And that's the definition we're looking for constraint, is that you're going to have certain limitations of what you can do for your 3D puzzle, or restrictions, meaning it can't be any size that you want. There has to be a certain amount of pieces. Those are constraints. And so I'm going to put in for my definition, this means there is a limitation or restriction. Okay. So I just went through 2 of the vocabulary words with you, and you have 5 more to go. Take time to look up each one of them. When you're done with the vocabulary words, notice now the daily summary, which used to be all the way at the bottom by itself in the design notebook, that's just right at the end of day number 1. So for day number 1, write what you accomplished and learned. Today I learned what? Today I completed what? Write complete sentences there, and you will be done with day number 1. And if you still are if you're in class right now, and you have time before block ends, you can go start day number 2.